So when it first came out, Columbo was one of the most popular shows in Canada, actually across North America. It's been broadcast in almost 50 different countries, but today we're going to be talking about some of the particulars of Columbo and the reason why Vision TV is getting very good ratings on our Canadian Boomer network or Zoomer network about some of the old episodes from the early 70s to the mid 1970s. The most recent one, of course, was the Johnny Cash thriller Swan Song. Now, Columbo is an American crime drama TV series starring Peter Falk as Lieutenant Columbo, a homicide detective with the LA Police Department. After two pilot episodes in 68 and 71, the show originally aired on ABC from 71 to 78 as one of the rotating programs of the NBC mystery movie called 4 and 1. Of course, Night Gallery is part of that. Columbo then aired on ABC on a rotating basis on the ABC Mystery Movie from 89 to 90, and on a less frequent basis from 1990 to 2003. Columbo is a shrewd and exceptionally observant homicide detective whose trademarks include his rumpled beige raincoat, unassuming demeanor, cigar, catchphrases, just one more thing, his old Peugeot 403 car, love of chili, and unseen wife, whom he mentions frequently, of course, Kate Columbo, Mrs. Columbo, played by Kate Mulgrew, followed later. He often leaves a room, only return with the catchphrase, just one more thing, to ask a critical question. The character in the show was created by Richard Levinson and William Link, popularized the inverted detective story, sometimes referred to in the business as a how catch 'em. This genre begins by showing the commission of the crime and its perpetrator. The plot therefore usually has no whodunit element of determining which of several suspects committed the crime. It itself revolves around how a perpetrator known to the audience will finally be caught and exposed. The clues Columbo finds to help him solve the case are sometimes revealed to the audience beforehand, but often not until the episode's end. Now, the series' homicide suspects are often affluent members of high society. It has led some critics to see class conflict as an element of each story. Suspects carefully cover their tracks and initially dismissive of Columbo's circumstantial speech and apparent ineptitude. They become increasingly unsettled as his superficially pestering behavior teases out incriminating evidence. His relentless approach often leads to self-incrimination or outright confession. Now, episodes of Columbo are between 70 and 98 minutes long, and they have been broadcast again in nearly 50 countries. The show has been described by BBC as timeless and remains popular today. Now, Henry Mancini did the theme music, with the great Mike Post taking over for the mystery movie. Executive producers including Dean Hargrove, Roland Kibbe, Richard Levinson, William Lincoln, and Philip Salzman. Single camera setup, Universal Studios USA and Universal Network Television. Originally released, a pilot February 20th, 68, and continued on ABC until May 78, and was on and off 14 seasons on ABC. Now, after two pilot episodes, the show originally aired on ABC from 71 to 78 as one of the rotating programs NBC Mystery Movie. In almost every episode, the audience sees the crime unfold in the beginning and knows the identity of the culprit, typically an affluent member of society. Now, when Columbo first appears in an episode, his genius is hidden from the viewer by his frumpy, friendly, and disarming demeanor, while the details, eventually the motivations of the murderer's actions are always shown to the viewer. Columbo's true thoughts and intentions are sometimes concealed in the end of the episode. He occasionally begins to whistle the tune "This Old Man" as the pieces begin to fall together. Now, Columbo generally maintains a friendly relationship with the murderer until the end, and sometimes even after confession or crimination, as we see in Swan Song with Johnny Cash, despite both characters being aware of their adversarial positions. The detective usually suspects the murderer within moments of their meeting or even earlier, often based on reaction to news of the victim's death. Now, there are two sides to Columbo's character: the disarming and unkept detective and a hidden genius sleuth. The genius sometimes starkly manifests itself through his eyes, as when the magician, the great Santini, escapes from police handcuffs that Columbo coldly presents him during Santini's show. Now you see him. In some instances, such as the avenging the elderly mystery writer in Try and Catch Me, and the terminally ill and deluded actress in Forgotten Lady, many viewers find the killer more sympathetic than the victim. Now, each episode is generally concluded with Columbo proving the killer's guilt in a denouement. Through some episodes, such as Swan Song, go on to show the killer confessing or quietly submitting to arrest. There are a few attempts to deceive the viewer or provide a twist in the tale. One exception is Last Salute to the Commodore, where Robert Vaughn is seen elaborately disposing of a body, but is proved later to be covering up for his alcoholic wife, who mistakenly thought to be the murderer. Sometimes Columbo sets up the murder with a trick designed to elicit a confession. An example occurs in Dagger to Mine, not the Star Trek episode, in which Columbo flips an evidentiary pearl in the victim's umbrella, bringing about incriminating activity from Nicholas Refrain and Lillian Stanhope. Now, ironically, ladies and gentlemen, Columbo on and off has been on TV, over 6 decades. As the character, Columbo was created by Levinson and Link. It was first appeared in the 60th episode of the TV anthology series, The Chevy Mystery Show, titled Enough Rope. This was adapted by Levinson and Link from the short story May I Come In, which had been published as Dear Corpus Delicti, an issue of Alfred Hitchcock's Mystery Magazine. The short story featured a police lieutenant then named Fisher. The first actor to portray Columbo, character actor Bert Freed, was a stocky character actor with a thatch of gray hair. Now, originally a one-off movie of the week, the pilot Prescription Murder was as Falk's Columbo pitted against the psychiatrist Gene Barry. In this movie, the psychiatrist gives the new audience a perfect description of Columbo's character. Due to the success of this film, ABC requested that a pilot for a potential series be made to see if the character could be sustained on a regular basis, leading to the 71 90-minute TV production Ransom for the Dead Man, with Lee Grant, an later Oscar winner, playing the killer. The popularity of the second film prompted the creation of a regular series on NBC that premiered on September 71 as part of the NBC mystery movie Wheel Series rotation, McLeod, McMillan and Wife, and other whodunits, including Night Gallery. According to TV Guide, the original plan was that a new Columbo episode would air every week. However, Falk refused to commit to such a busy schedule, giving him steady work in motion pictures. The network arranged for the Columbo segments to air once a month on Wednesday nights. The high quality of Columbo, McMillan and Wife, and McLeod was due in large part to the extra time spent in the episode. The term wheel show had been previously coined to describe this format, but no previous or subsequent wheel show achieved the longevity or success of the NBC mystery movie. Like I said, it redid Dennis Weaver's career. It brought Rock Hudson back in prominence and made Peter Falk a household name. Now, Columbo was an immediate hit to the Nielsen ratings, and Falk won an Emmy Award for his role in the show's first season. In the second year, the mystery movie series was moved to Sundays, where it remained during its 7-season run. The show became the anchor of NBC's Sunday night lineup. Columbo aired regularly from 71 to 78. When ABC unfortunately canceled it in 78, Columbo was revived on ABC between 89 and 2003 for 2 seasons as part of the ABC mystery movie, followed by 14 made-for-TV movie specials. Now, Columbo's wardrobe was all Falk. They were his clothes, including the high-top shoes and a shabby raincoat, which made its first appearance in Prescription Murder. Falk said of the raincoat, "I just feel comfortable in it." Falk often ad-libbed his character's idiosyncrasies, fumbling through his pockets for a piece of evidence and discovering a grocery list, asking to borrow a pencil, become distracted by something irrelevant in the room, at a dramatic point in a conversation with a suspect. According to Levinson, the catchphrase "one more thing" was conceived when he and Link were writing the play. We had a scene that was too short, and we already had Columbo make his exit. We're too lazy to retype the scene, so we had to come back and say, just one more thing. It was never planned. Now, a few years before his death, Falk expressed interest in returning to the role. In 2007, he claimed he had chosen the script for one last Columbo episode, Columbo Hear No Evil, but unfortunately he passed away on June 23rd, 2011. Now, at the time in 2007, he was diagnosed with dementia. During a 2009 trial of his care, physician Stephen Reed stated that Falk's condition had deteriorated so badly that he could no longer remember playing a character named Columbo, nor could he identify him. Again, Falk passed away. Now, key guest stars, Oscar winners, and different great actors, Roddy McDowell, Lawrence Harvey, Jack Cassidy, Robert Culp, Tyne Daly, Sharia Denise, George Hamilton, Patrick McGowan, Ray Milland, Leslie Nielsen, Tim O'Connor, Ross Martin, Dean Stockwell, Janet Leigh, and of course, William Shatner. Now, Falk himself directed the last episode of the first season of Blueprint for Murder and wrote the episode. Title is All in the Game in season 10. Actually, actor Nicholas Colasanto, best known for playing Coach on Cheers, directed 2 episodes, Swan Song with Johnny Cash and Utid on Black. A very, very key episode. Now, Patrick McGowan also directed 5 episodes, including 3 to 4 in which he played a murderer, and wrote and produced 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, Columbo on a cold winter night like tonight, you can watch him on YouTube. And there's there's reviews of the episodes that are longer than the episodes, which is pretty freaky. So, Peter Falk, your missed brother, it's 14 years since your passing, and you're just tremendous. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're doing here with our TV vintage podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.